So for your kettlebell snatch, it is a ballistic. So anytime we have ballistics with kettlebells, you're gonna start with 2 feet back, the same as you would with the swing, because you wanna generate momentum, okay? The biggest misconception I think there is about the snatch is that it is mostly an upper body movement, right? So a lot of times you're gonna see people trying to drive the bell overhead with the arm. It is lower body, okay? Yes, you have to do some work with your arms, but it's not an overhead exercise the same way a strict press, a push press, or a jerk is, okay? And even a jerk. We'll get into that into another video dictionary submission. But my point here is that it's a lot about how you connect with the lower body. So when you see people who are taking that backswing short and then trying to muscle up the snatch, they need to connect and drive more through their legs, okay? So the snatch straight off can feel a little intimidating, but you can break it down into essentially 4 components. So you could teach them the T-Rex, then the tiger, and then the full snatch, right? So that's your full snatch up. And then you want to teach the snatch down. The snatch down, I think you can do in one fluid movement, and it's going to make the most sense that way, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate all of this and then maybe give you some tips and tricks to help critique somebody who's having a hard time if you're casting the bell out or they're telling you that their wrist hurts. We'll talk about all of that, okay? So for your standard snatch, I prefer to start from the right side, but we're gonna go left side so you can see the whole left side. Okay, so when I snatch, I'm gonna go 2 feet back, same as you would for kettlebell swing. The beginning should look like I'm doing a single arm swing, right? So anytime you're doing a snatch, a kettlebell clean, a single arm swing, at the start, at the setup, you shouldn't be able to tell which one of those I'm doing. They should all look exactly the same at the start. The piece that changes is as you come out of the backswing, okay? So 2 feet back, pack that shoulder so we're staying square. I'm gonna hike and then drive up. When I'm teaching new people, I'm gonna rack that bell down and then take it under, but if I'm doing my full snatch, we're up, drive, okay? So for the T-Rex, we're doing this initial piece, right? So what the T-Rex does is it starts to teach them how to connect their hips to the bell and keeping the elbow in tight, right? So single arm swing, T-Rex swing, elbow needs to stay tight for your snatch. So for that T-Rex, you're going 2 feet back, keeping that elbow in tight and staying tall, okay? From there, the cueing should be, okay, you're seeing that T-Rex, you're finding that float. Now I want you to see, can you squeeze your glutes just a little bit more in order to get that bell to float up here, okay? When the bell is floating up here, it should still be upside down, right? That the bell bottom is up top, okay? So if I'm doing my T-Rex, I'm packing, T-Rex. Now I'm squeezing my glutes a little bit more. You can see that bell start to climb a little higher. This is my tiger here, okay? So we've started to climb. So T-Rex, tiger, you're gonna see how my elbow stays tight. I'm not out this way. And then all you're gonna do is tell them, okay, once you hit that tiger, punch through. So you're just extending your arm through tiger, okay? So we go T-Rex, tiger, and then I feel good, tiger punch through, okay? Wrap it down, take it under. You can do that a couple more times. Once they feel comfortable, the cue from the top to get down is not to throw the bell out, right? Because if you throw the bell out, you can see how my momentum is going out, and then I'm going to hit too low, okay? So same as your kettlebell swing, you want that kettlebell to track above your knees as you hit the backswing. So the way to do that is from here, don't flick the wrist down, drop your elbow, okay? So from here, I'm gonna drop the elbow and then pretend like I'm trying to throw it behind me. So now I'm loading the glutes, I'm finding that nice pendulum, I'm transferring the energy into my glutes, but I can transfer it right back into my next snatch, okay? So I'm gonna snatch up. You're gonna see me drop with the elbow, and we're kind of letting the bell do the work for us through here. I'm catching it at the end to throw it behind, okay? So if I snatch up, I'm gonna drop the elbow, take it under, drive tall. Take it under, drive tall, okay? Now, if you do this correctly, the momentum of the drop should feel really natural with driving the hips back, and a appropriately timed drop will make you feel like the bell is almost snatching itself. I know it sounds crazy, and I roll my eyes every time I hear it at a CERT weekend, but it really is true, because it's just a transfer of energy. You're dropping down, sending it right back up. And that's where you will see people starting to try to muscle the bell up with their arm, and it's all glutes, right? If they're not using their glutes, snatch is not ever gonna work out very well, okay? If you have people that are saying, oh, it's hitting my wrist, they are likely extending their elbow too much. So a lot of times what I'll see is people will do their T-Rex, they'll do their tiger, and then when they go to snatch, they go like this. Sorry, you can't see me. They go like this, okay? So you can see how now we're single arm swinging the bell overhead. It's gonna be up, it's gonna flatten right on the wrist as they hit the top of that snatch. So biggest things for a snatch, always connect with the legs. If somebody's having a hard time, take them back down to T-Rex or Tiger, or even a single arm swing so they can work on the timing of the hips and the snap. Make sure the elbow's tight, okay? You can always break this up in class. So if somebody is new to snatching and you want to teach them to snatch, just work on the up. Don't worry about the down. Have them do T-Rex, Tiger, snatch, rack it down, take it under from the clean, find a full snatch, rack it down, okay? It's on us to make this a less intimidating movement for our members. So I want you all to feel comfortable being able to break it down, figuring out how to apply components or pieces of it. If you have any questions, let me know. But that's pretty much how that snatch works. I'll do a different video for a double bell snatch. I don't know that we will really use those in the Wii Fit space because double bell movements are a little tricky for us, and it's very technical. That I think from a coaching perspective, it's good for you all to know. Yeah, so let me know if you have any other questions about the kettlebell snatch. And if you're going to do a snatch test, 105 minutes, let me know. I'll do it with you because I love them.